7 years ago, on my 55th birthday, I woke up crying so hard I couldn't get out of bed. I seemed to be a messy jumble of cliched syndromes. My empty nest syndrome had started the year before when my youngest son left for college. And it was amplified by the fact that my husband was working out of state and was only home on the weekends. My work as the only internist taking care of some of the most economically disadvantaged and medically complex patients in our Down Valley Community Health Center had left me feeling overwhelmed and caused physician burnout syndrome. And though I'd made a number of friends since our move to Snowmass Village 4 years previously, and I loved the outdoor life in this beautiful place, I found myself feeling old, lonely, and sad much of the time. I was clearly suffering from a midlife crisis, and something needed to be done. About a month later, I was talking to my friend and choral director, Paul Dankers, also a former ACT Pippin star, about my crisis and about what I was trying to do with my work life to fix it. When he asked me if I would be interested in auditioning for Calendar Girls, the play that he was going to direct at Snowmass Chapel the following winter. It was all about middle-aged women facing transitions. Perfect. I had not done any acting as an adult since my freshman year of college when I starred in a French medieval farce. So I recruited Jeannie Walla to help me with my monologue, and I was thrilled to get the part of Ruth. The pseudo stage at Snowmass Chapel is a challenging place to put on a show, especially one that involves partial nudity. Think no curtain, and the audience is about 10 feet away. I loved performing in that production, and I made lots of friends, especially with the middle-aged women in the cast. One of those women was Tammy Barr, my neighbor, who encouraged me the following fall to audition for the ACT production of Beauty and the Beast. Now, I had secretly harbored the fantasy of doing musical theater for years, despite my inauspicious start in the 4th grade when, while playing Mary Poppins, I froze from stage fright and couldn't get the first half of a spoonful of sugar out of my mouth. But I was worried about auditioning for this production. I knew that I couldn't dance. My ballet teacher from childhood had said to me, "Gail, you have the perfect body for ballet, but you do everything wrong." And I loved to sing and had lots of experience doing that, but it was all classical singing. And I was often accused of having too much vibrato, even in that context. I definitely did not have a musical theater voice. "Ha," said Tammy. "You should audition for the part of the wardrobe. She's an opera singer. Here, learn this piece." She handed me the sheet music for Art is Calling to Me, otherwise known as I Want to Be a Prima Donna. I followed her advice, and during callbacks, when Kyle Jones said, "All I want you to do is sing this high G with as much vibrato as you can muster," I knew I had it. Participating in Beauty and the Beast was a magical experience. I was so excited to be on a real stage with gorgeous sets designed by Tom Ward and amazing costumes by Colleen Foley, all overseen by our demanding but creative director, Marissa Post, and our beloved producer, Rita Hunter. The cast and crew came from all sorts of backgrounds. We were teachers, real estate agents, bakers, artists, students, theater professionals, imagine that, newspaper reporters, doctors, and a lawyer. And we ranged in age from 8 to 80. We helped each other learn lines and dance steps, fight off illness, remember our props, adjust our makeup, and make quick costume changes. I loved all the little behind-the-scenes moments that repeated themselves with each performance. Every night, Emery and I would exchange knucks or a hug right before he went on for his first scene as Gaston. Alex, who played Belle, would help me hold up Graham's heavy clock costume just for a few minutes to get the weight off his shoulders when he disappeared into Belle's bedroom, where we were waiting while the Beast raged about Belle not coming to dinner. Mark McKellar would gallantly offer me his hand each night as I descended the backstage steps from Belle's bedroom. And Brittany Bays, who played Babette, would link arms with me way before we needed to do so for our entrance for Human Again, just because it made us happy to do it. In addition to all my middle-aged friends, I now had young adults who wanted to hang out with me at Rhino's, elementary school children who charmed me with their mischief and sweetness, and best of all, teenagers who hugged me and told me they wanted to be me when they grew up because I was perfect. I never got a lot of elaboration on the nature of my perfection, but I was willing to hear it. The joy we all felt working together was palpable. I believe we transmitted that joy to the audience, and I carried it with me into the rest of my life, with a new balance and happiness that helped me overcome my cliched midlife crisis.